Alright guys, the devs messed up. I gotta redo my gems guide because I guess apparently I don't even have to say much. I'm just gonna let you guys look at the physical damage difference. So my Berserk Battler, 12.8k, and this is a maxed out Mystic, fully augmented. Then we go to my Lesser, 18.8k physical damage, fully augmented, level 35 Mystic. So I think you guys can see the problem here. And you might be wondering, well, maybe it's just not augmented, maybe there's something else. Well, we'll take it to a Gem Forge. I'll show you guys. Gem Forge, fully augmented, all my boosts are into lights. Not that it really matters. And then this is also boosts into lights. Physical damage has nothing. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense. How did this happen? How on earth does this happen? And you might be wondering, well, maybe this is normal. Well, I don't think so. This Empower Gem has 16.8k physical damage. I just moved a couple boosts to showcase this for now. And then we go to my Lesser, which also has one boost, which is at 14.5k. The Lesser here makes sense. It just has less physical damage. That's just how it is. Why is it that the Mystic is just different? Like, why? What exactly happened here? And it's the same thing with these two Lessers, same physical damage. So then this screenshot became a thing. It seems like the gems you get from farming, so like from these boxes, are different power rank and stats than the ones you upgrade, which doesn't make any sense. So if that's the case, then I gotta redo my gems guide because there could be something different. There could be different leveling up material. And the fact that these don't loot collect into anything, like it's the same thing as crystals. I don't know how they messed this up so bad. Because then I was wondering, from stellar to crystal, we got a pretty massive powering boost and stats. From crystal to mystic, we got pretty much nothing. So then the question is, what exactly happened? And there was one theory, I don't remember who exactly said it. They brought up a pretty good point. So the people that were working on the crystal gem stuff, and even stellar for that matter, I don't know if it was the same people, maybe they had stuff handed off to each other. I guess they had the math to do this properly. Whereas right now we have different devs. It seems like they're doing their own thing. And these are just the numbers that they gave us. They just gave us very inconsistent things. So I don't know. Eventually they might change the numbers. Hopefully soon we'll see an update, like maybe tomorrow after I upload this video. I would imagine that the devs got enough backlash from this. I really have no idea. Unless this is just all normal to everybody, but I really don't know. Something about it seems a bit off. And if we take a look at the power rank for the total, it looks like OM Spark has 54k, so that seems like it is max. But is it really max? Like, what if we just started with new gems and these had different power rank values? Like, I don't know. So is 55k the new max? Dude, this doesn't make any sense. So I guess if 54k is the max, we got a 5k power rank bonus, whereas from stellar to crystal, it was like nearly 10k, I'm pretty sure. Because our max was like, what, 36k? We went up to like 40... Before Mystic Year, I'm pretty sure it was like 46k. Something like that. And then Mystic Year brought us to 49k. So all of this just doesn't make any sense to me. You guys can drop your opinions down below, but something seems a little bit off. So if this goes to the live servers as is, I guess maybe we just have to upgrade like a completely new set. I have no idea. I mean, I would imagine that the devs fix the numbers and stuff, but I guess we'll have to see. But anyway, on that topic, we have the Mystic Gem converters. So nothing has changed so far with these. Hopefully something gets adjusted. I'm not about to farm 40k souls for all 18 classes, but it seems like they did announce one thing that is confirmed. So if we take a look at the store, there's currently no Mystic Gem converter, but they are going to add it. And if you guys are curious on the price, so far nothing with qubits. They haven't said anything about qubits. This could be exclusive to just credits, and just off of what one of the devs have said, I'll put up a screenshot on the screen right here so you guys can check it out. But pretty much same price as the Crystal Gem converter, and then they're gonna drop the price of the Crystal Gem converter. It makes sense that they're dropping the price, so it's gonna be 1500 credits for one converter. And that's assuming you don't want to take the routes of farming the souls and the Mystic Gem shards. So I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be a lot of credits. Like a lot. So let's just do some math real quick. So I'm a completionist. I'll calculate for one class and then all 18 classes because that's eventually what I'm going to go for. So one class, hopefully I do the math right, but let's say 1500 and we multiply that by 12, which is going to be 18,000. So 18,000, that's pretty much going to be your $100 pack, I think. Or I guess I haven't really bought in it, but I'm pretty sure it's like 18,500. So $100 for one class, pretty much. Or free to play, you can just buy them from the market. This is a PTS, so it's a little bit scuffed over here. Also, wait, who bought credit? wait, who bought credit pouches on PTS? I'm confused. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. I don't know what they're doing, but anyway, that's besides the point. 18,000 for one class. So if we calculated that for all 18 classes, we're gonna need 324,000 credits. So I don't know about you guys, but I might start taking out a loan because that's gonna be a lot of credits. Or if somebody wants to sell me cheap credit pouches, but nah, that's gonna be so much flux. That is gonna be an insane amount of flux, especially for you guys on console. That's for all 18 classes, by the way. And I hope I did the math right, but I'm pretty sure 324k credits, I'm pretty sure that's 1,296 credit pouches that you'd have to buy from the marketplace, something like that. And then assuming you're buying them at 3 mil each, which is pretty close to the price on PC, it's probably gonna end up being a little bit more, but it's gonna be 3.8 billion flux. So I don't know. I know there's people out there that have that flux, so technically they could do it, but is that really worth it? Do we want to spend all those credits? Surely there's got to be a qubits option. I'm not about to spend credits. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure you guys don't want to spend credits. There's other things we got to spend credits and qubits on, and this added onto it is just going to be a big mess. I think for the devs, all they see is dollar signs for this, especially the fact that they didn't say anything about qubits, but it is not confirmed or anything that there won't be qubits, because I actually have no idea. I haven't heard them say anything about qubits, but if I would imagine if they said same price as the crystal gem converters, if it's just gonna be 15k qubits, you know, that's fine. It's still gonna be a lot, but it'll be fine. Because I mean, we're gonna do that anyway with the crystal gem converters, so if that's gonna stay consistent, then I guess me personally, I'll be on board with it. It's just the newer players that would have to get the crystal gem converters and then the mystic ones, but ideally you'd want to do that for the empower gems. And then like I said, if you're a new player and you're just with stellars, you can just end up farming a new set of mystic gems and don't worry about using bomb brilliance until you start farming the mystic gems. I don't know, I'll have to work on a guide as soon as everything just gets finalized. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what goes down. At this point, I'm really hoping that they add qubits, but the devs just straight up did not say anything. At least nothing that I saw, no patch notes, nothing in the creator program yet. So for Tuesday or sometime this week, let's look out for another set of patch notes, because I guess we'll see if they end up buffing another class, nerfing a class, adding new things. We'll have to see, because they still have to add D15. So my guess, my thing with D15, not even just D15, Leviathan specifically, they gotta do something about this because it's actually kind of bad. So if you take a look at it, this is where Ifera is. Ifera is in D13, and that's the permatorch that you want to get. I understand that some people want to do the other ones for maybe the recipes that go for a super high price, but we also have this D14, which I believe is also Ifera, but it can also drop you a permatorch for these two areas. You don't want a permatorch from these two areas. You want to get the Ifera permatorch, the old U10, but the new D13. So they got to do something about this, because I'm sure people have been in D14 doing Iferas and just getting a straight up random permatorch. And if they do the same thing with D15, like imagine doing D15, the toughest one, and still getting a permatorch for the lowest difficulty. So I guess in this instance, I guess they could just do a banner rework. So giving us crystal in D14 and then mystic in D15. And then that would mean they just have to add in a new boss, and then potentially add them in delves, and hopefully the drop rates don't end up being too terrible. But at the same time, I would prefer there to be some kind of upgrading system with the banners or something, because like the RNG, and you guys know the RNG needed to even get a permatorch is pretty insane. So like imagine all that work you put in to get one permatorch, imagine that just going to waste because you need a mystic one. I mean, this one's still pretty good too. I mean, 900 light, and then along with those stats over there, but also the whole powering thing and the banners just don't make sense, because there are stellar banners and they have less power than this radiant one over here, so that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know, overall they have to redo that. And then if they do that, if we somehow get mystic banners, or if that's even coming, I don't know if that's gonna happen because we don't even have crystal banners, they would have to change the thing from the badge. I guess they don't have to, but it would be good to maybe just add in, I don't know, extras or something for a mystic banner. I don't know, something needs a rework there. And speaking of a rework, I mentioned this on stream a couple days ago, but let's take a look at the class contests. So you guys might have your opinions on these, but for me, I think these need a rework completely. Like the resources are fine, but I think they need to get buffed, potentially more contests, and more specifically the empowered gem boxes. So back in the day, back in 2019, we had stellars and we had radiants, and you can get a 2-star or a 3-star. I'm not going to get into the 1-star because that was like way back in the day. So 2 stars and 3 stars, it just made sense. There's 2 different rarities, you have to try to get the right ability, there's a certain aspect of RNG to it. It seemed fine for the most part. I don't agree 100% with it, but it seemed fine for the most part, because obviously you don't want to get the most OP stuff right away. And then after that, they gave us crystal gems. So for the crystal gems, you would just have to upgrade them via over here with this thing, but you probably don't want to do it with this thing because time gated resource and then a little time consuming to get these. Or you just spend your qubits / credits on these converters over here. And it was like, okay, fine, whatever. We have to do this new thing, it's fine, we'll adjust to it, it's whatever. But now we have mystic empowered gems. Like, I get that they have specific boxes for these, but if they're gonna give us these boxes, you gotta remove the keys. Like, why are we getting Clash Gem keys from these? And then 2 stars as well. Like, I mean, sure, I get it, but like, we also have to get the right ability and then the resources it needs. Like, why do we need Phoenix Motes for these? And then for this one, like, Soul of the Depths, like, why are Soul of the Depths tied to gems? Like, why is this a thing? Like, Soul of the Depths for gear, fine, that makes sense. Like, if anything, if we're sticking time-gated resources to these, why is crystalline cores not in this one? I mean, it would make sense, it's for crystals. Why is Phoenix Mote tied to these? It just doesn't make any sense. And then to tie souls with these, and then on top of that, 50 of these Empower Gem fragments. Like, somebody like myself, it doesn't really matter too much because I have a lot of Empower Gem boxes saved up from all these years, and I'm sure a lot of you endgame to mid-game players also have a bunch. But a new player will not have it because they're probably still trying to get a 3-star Empower Gem. Even mid-game players might still need a 3-star Empower Gem or a specific ability, so they're still on that grind. So I don't know, these just don't make sense to me personally. It might make sense to you guys, I mean, sure, maybe, but my main point is these Empower Gem boxes for the contests, they just don't really serve that much of a purpose anymore. It's like, sure, if you get a 3-star stellar, so you have to convert that stellar with the crystal, and then you have to convert that with the mystic. Like, why are we converting a converted gem? Like, that's just a little bit too much. And yeah, I get that they want to make it grindy or make some money from it, but they don't have to do it in that way. It just doesn't make sense. Just do it some other way. I've seen some people say some creative things in the feedback channel on the Trove Discord server. We could potentially even vote for something. If the devs gave out like a list of ideas and then we voted for those things and then they just took those into consideration, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Because like, we had the voting thing for the sigils. I don't know why all the sigils were pretty much the same thing, but they could have at least gave us 3 different designs. Not the 3 like completely different designs, not 3 similar ones, but that's just me as well, I don't know. And overall, by all means, I don't want the devs to make this grind super easy. I mean, I wouldn't really mind it, but at the same time, it would kind of kill the game. There has to be some grindiness aspect to it, but not to the point where people are just going to quit this game. I don't know, I feel like I can ramble on a bunch about this, but as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about all of this. Curious on what you guys think, and then if you have some ideas, I would highly recommend dropping it in the PTS feedback channel on the Trove official Discord server. Just like, don't bash at the devs, don't like at them or anything, just don't give them too hard of a time. But if you have an idea, or if something seems terrible for you, or whatever the case is, just like give your reasoning, say why it's bad or why it's good, give some positives and some negatives, and then your overall thoughts on it, and maybe a dev will look at it. It's not guaranteed that they'll look at it, but if we get our voices out there a little bit, then maybe they will decide to take a look at the feedback or something. But yeah, that's gonna be my overall thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think, and as always, thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys later.